What more should Canada do to assist Ukraine?
I'm Ukrainian, so it means a lot to me that Canada definitely steps up and does something, because our relationship with Ukraine is fairly strong. I really think that the no-fly zone is something that we should be implementing, and I understand that I don't have all of the information that the politicians have, but it's really hard to see the things that are happening there, and so I really think that that's something that we should be strongly standing behind.
The long-term plan, though, to force Russia to back out of Ukraine is then we need to start thinking 3 steps ahead of Russia instead of the other way around. And we need to force them out of Ukraine somehow, or at least give Ukraine the chance that that's possible. Otherwise, it's going to drag on and on and on. So,
I'm all for the dropping of certain products and services that we are backing, to stop some of the ease of life left behind in the Russia circles. And I don't really know what we can do to support the people that are way over there. So I'm not really sure how we can help the people that are left, but.
Probably try to get involved a little more in, I think, sending aid and maybe some weapons. I think it's gotten past the point where obviously Putin's not going to be stopping anytime soon, so kind of time to take the gloves off and get our hands dirty a bit.
They are inviting the people from the Ukraine to here and make their home to Canada. So yeah, I think it's a good idea to welcome them.
Well, I wonder if we could send some people there, actually. I mean, the money thing I think is really good, but I think the people on the ground would be very helpful.
I wouldn't ever want to see NATO directly involved. The escalation risk's too big for me. So then I think the economic punishments, the freezing of assets, I think probably trying to do a bit more for global banking and trying to shake those or guilt those kind of money safes, the various islands around the world, Switzerland or whatever. They've done a bit already, but to kind of escalate that pressure a bit and squeeze the oligarchs, squeeze the kind of the money side of things, and hopefully that gets Putin to capitulate a little quicker.
Canadian government, we ask about more help with maybe refugees, maybe to open the door for refugees and call it refugees and give them support, or to open the green line, to make the all technique, all procedure easier for immigrants, to let them come in, and maybe help with money for first time, maybe give them some shelters, something like that. And also I'm begging to close the sky over the Ukraine, but I don't know, it's political games. I understand it is a games, because it's no reason to not do it. So you must do it.
Canada should continue to impose sanctions and to listen to what Ukrainians are asking for and provide the help that they're asking for. I think only they can know what they need, and we can respond by supporting them in the way that they request.
We have people from across the world that need our support. We need to go wider and deeper, and we do need to do more in this area.
We're not doing our share of keeping up with our arms or our defence system. It's behind a lot of other countries. I think we really need to put it back where it hit the 2% of our GNP or whatever the number is. And as far as Ukraine goes, it's difficult. If you start going in there with troops, you're starting a war, a real war among nations. And as it is right now, it's still not a pretty situation, but it could get a lot worse, So I guess we do what we can, and that's what we can do.
It's a really tough question, because we have to stay within the rules and regulations of NATO. I think we need to push it as much as we can. It is, I'm going to get emotional, heart-wrenching what these poor people on both sides are dealing with, both the Russians and the Ukrainians. It's normal families that are being killed, or no water, no food. It's, we've been through so much. It's here's another layer. We have to do as much as we can for the Ukrainian people, and but then again, it's very tough. just at what point do we push it where we're all ending up in a World War III, and then of course we're all concerned about the nuclear button, right?
Well, I think they're doing as much as they can, and actually they should probably take in more refugees and provide them with the help that they need.
I think the no-fly zone is probably something that they should look at, most definitely. At least stop the attacks from the air and give them a chance on the ground. Other than that, I think they're doing what they can for now.
Well, I think we should listen to the people in Ukraine. Like, they're asking for things like no-fly zones, more sanctions. I know, again, I don't have the answers on that, but I think we need to listen to President Zelensky and the people who are there on the ground, and not so much like making decisions on what we should do based on, a perspective from halfway across the world.
I definitely don't think they're doing enough right now. They could definitely do a lot more. I think by means of the fact that they're trying to keep everything de-escalated right now is a good idea, but I mean, if it comes down to war, then sure.